All right, what's up, AP U.S. History, zero period? Let's do this. So I'm going to go over briefly what we should be doing up until Friday. So let's look through this. First things first, we know on our team drives, if we go there, if you go to your Google Drive and you go to your My Drive, this is where we normally would work. We're going to be in our team drives, so that always is below it. So you click there and you go to the AP U.S. History, zero period. And double click it, you would go to your family groups. So I'm just going to use, I don't know, let's use C's. Let's see what's up. Cool, there's C's, all their work and everything like that ready to go. So we're going to be using that. We know that. Our overview should look like this, and we've talked about this, that our focused reading notes is based off of the stuff that is here. So for example, I would left click and I could go to the American Yacht, the sections that it's asking me to review. In terms of notes, and I can go down and read what I need to. You'll notice the links are there for all of them for what we need to focus on. We also have something very cool in that we're using these MOOCs. They're these online courses from places like Yale, Columbia, Harvard, all the really top Ivy League schools, and we're going to watch some of these professors talk. It's really invaluable, and I can't state enough how much of a treat it is for us to be able to listen to these scholars talk. So how you would do that, if you want to click on them and go straight to YouTube, you're more than welcome to. The link is there, or you can simply go to your add-on, scroll down to DocUtube, click Show in Sidebar. I would highly recommend using DocUtube just because it's a way, again, for us to do it at the same time. So I'm going to choose Video Source, left click on Document, and wait for a second. And hopefully, there we go. Always got to be patient with technology, regardless if we want to or not. So, for example, the first one, presidential, we could click on that one, and let's see.
Now, what discredited Johnson's policy was the
Excellent. So then from there, as he is talking,
conduct of these governments that are being set up in the South in...
You saw, as he's talking there, for that note, I'm writing my little notes there. If you want to use bullet points, you're more than welcome to. Obviously, I would prefer you to use sentences just because it's easier for you to do it. But if you want to use bullet points, you're more than welcome to, and I'm not going to disagree with that or not. So that's DocUtube again. So we need to have that one done for Reconstruction. We've already done 6.1, but I would like you guys to catch up on 6.2 and 6.3. This 6.3 I'll release tomorrow. But for right now, you're going to go to 6.2 for the Freedmen's Bureau and Up from Slavery. So what it would look like is it looks like this particular document. And if you'll notice, if you go back to your Team Drives official, I always have to redo it so it looks. Before you go to your family groups, you can click on this Worksheets tab, left one, open it up. And I'm going to start putting all the worksheets in here as well as Google Classroom. So for example, if you wanted 6.2, 6.3, you could just double click it, make a copy, and transfer that copy over to your family group one. But pretty easy. So 6.2, read the directions. Each family member is going to get one line. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at Booker T. Washington's work, discussion about slavery, his time and stuff in that. And if you don't know who Booker T. Washington is or haven't heard about him, he's probably one of our most famous authors in American history. We just often forget about him, even though he really is a national hero in a lot of respects. So how you would do that, pages 5 and 6, if you were the first line, is you left click on this here, content, and it will open. And let's wait for it. Excellent. It is a PDF. So you'll notice, for example, if my objective was to read pages 5 and 6, I would go down here and see 5 and 6, and I'm to read that one and put my analysis in the brief what the dizzle, and then uncover themes there. Pretty simple, self-explanatory. It should be quick. You shouldn't have that much of a difficulty doing it. Down below, although it says 6.3, we're going to do 2 6.3s, so just go with it. What now we're going to move on to looking at is the experiences during the Freedmen's Bureau for the individual people that were trying to get themselves in a better place. So were they really able to do so? Were the times really changing, and so forth? So what it's going to ask is it's going to ask you to paraphrase these particular sections in this one according to the directions. So I would left click it, and it opens up. And you'll notice down here there are sections that say education. So like if you had the education section, you would put it in your own opinion there. Words. This down below is where it gets a little fun, a little hairy. We're going to look at murders and outrages and things that were happening during the Freedmen's Bureau at the time. So I'm going to click the link. And I'm looking for things that really stand out. So we have a bunch of states here in terms of actual documents and records that were kept about assaults, murders, and stuff like that during the Freedmen's Bureau. So what I'd ask is that you click one of them, look through them, and try to find some that really, this sounds really bad saying, but are really grotesque or really like catch you off guard. So, for example, if I'm just reading something, this is how it would be. Name of person murdered, Ephraim Brown, colored, meaning black. Where name of murderer was this gentleman Daniels, was white, date of killing, remarks, bound over to appear at Superior Court, something like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the title of it, put it in there, and then you're going to write your description about it in there. Again, try to choose the ones that are really, really just appalling and you don't understand and it seems ridiculous, because the whole point of Reconstruction is we're trying to get better. We're moving away from slavery and the ill wills that were attached with it, but what we're finding is that there's a lot of resentment towards it, and we see that in these murders and outrages. So I would ask that you accomplish those by Friday, because then Friday we will jump on to the film analysis, Birth of a Nation, and then next week we will finish up on Monday and Tuesday, 6.5 and 6.6. So if you could have that done, that would be very helpful. And at this time, if you send me a remind with this word that appears on the screen called Done Vegan, I will give you extra credit. Again, do not share this with anyone, but you need to send this in. Remind as soon as you've watched this, send it to me. That is it. Good luck, guys. Take care.